welcome to another video of hacking Harvey. This time it's just me and Harvey, and we're going on one of Harvey's favourite hacks. So the whole hack takes about an hour and a half depending on the weather. It was cold today, so did some trotting and a bit of canter, but if it's hot then I don't do much trotting. So like I say, we did a small canter later on the hack where the ground was soft in the middle of the more off-road section. I do apologise, I didn't do very well securing my GoPro chest strap this time, so I tried to rectify this during the hack. But tell me, if you wear a GoPro to film your rides, where have you found it best to wear it, and tell me how do you make it sort of comfortable so you're not worried about where it's pointing. I have worn it on my head in the past, but I felt like it was making my hat weighted down at the front. So during a ride you can probably see some snow on some people's lawns and on fields. For about 10 days prior to this hack there'd been snow on and off every other day or so, but this was one of the first days it was pretty clear on the roads. Unfortunately now, due to lockdown, it's pretty limited what we can do. So some of my friends from another yard were hacking out, but they were already in a two. So seeing as we're not allowed to walk in any more than two people, I think it's only fair that the same applies when we're horse riding, unless, for example, you're walking with other people from your household. So I just went out on my own. So in a moment we'll get to the part where I do have a little canter, where the ground's a bit softer. I mean, it's not ideal, but with Harvey being a bit older, he's 24, turning 25 in March this year, I find a little canter sort of loosens him up and gets him striding on, which is obviously good for him. And then I feel like I do a bit more of the walk work over his back. Gonna have to go through a big puddle, which kind of interrupts our cantering a little bit. Harvey's always been really good in water. The only thing he didn't used to really like was ditches, but we kind of overcame that towards the end of his competing career really, which is a shame. He tended to only really do them if he was following someone else, but I have done a few on my own when I went to camp the other year on Harvey. So after we've done this cantering, next we do actually go down a hill towards a farmyard, and we do have to go through the farmyard. So there were some really cute baby cows. I decided to actually leave the footage out of us actually going right through the middle of the yard, just to give the farmer a bit of, you know, privacy. You can see a little bit here, but yeah, there were some really cute baby cows. So next we do go under the motorway, and Harvey is brilliant and has been under and over the motorway quite a few times, through tunnels and over on bridges obviously. So this tunnel is actually one of the narrower tunnels to go under the motorway, so I just always stop and check we've got control just before we go through. You'll see that in a minute. There we go, so just checking in with him. I actually stopped straight afterwards as well. I just think it's good practice in case we ever come with someone who's a bit nervous about going through the tunnel and they want to maybe stop and actually lead the horse through instead, or just have a few deep breaths. I come with a friend and we sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star before going under the bridge. So yeah, or for example with a novice horse, so say a horse that it's their first time, it's just useful for Harvey to be able to stop and drag me straight through the tunnel. Once we are through and I've checked my brakes, then I do actually let Harvey trot up the hill. I let him trot to the top because he was quite keen to get to the top of this one. Here we go, it's quite muddy. So we're then on the road again, and as you can see on these quiet roads it does get quite muddy at times, and quite often Harvey wants to do a little bit of trotting the more further along we get. It's something I never used to do when I was a lot younger, is trot sort of when we're what I'd class as on the way home. But now Harvey's older, he's a lot quieter, he's not as forward. I do sort of, if he wants to go and have a little trot, we do a bit of trotting. And in a minute Harvey will be admiring the lovely view. It is really nice around here. One of the reasons I love this hack is it's quite quiet, a lot of it, and I personally just sort of know, I think Harvey quite likes it. Just I can tell from how keen he is. He likes to do a bit of trotting, he's always got his ears forward, that kind of thing. Obviously I'm really lucky to be able to ride Harvey out on my own. I know he is really good in the fact that I used to struggle a little bit when I was younger, but now he's always got brakes. I always trust him, you know, to walk when I ask him to, but something he isn't actually great at is standing still for more than a few seconds if we do need to let something past. he's better if something actually lets him pass, or if I just get out of the way so he can have a little fidget. So you'll see in a few seconds he just stands still for a few seconds, then he wants the car to just go past and get going again. I'm so grateful to all the really patient drivers that we do meet on our hacks, and people like this who give us plenty of room and pass slowly are so patient, so thank you very much. So next we're passing my friend's yard, Sasha, who you've seen on my videos before, and she comes out, gives Harvey a pat and a scratch, which was really nice of her, but unfortunately Harvey doesn't seem to want very much affection. He was just seeing if his friend Jim was there to neigh at. He wasn't visible, so we were very quickly off again. I did have to sort of think about getting back before sundown. The light was really drawing in, but I did get back to the yard just before 4:30 this day. I'm really looking forward to summer, so I don't have to rush back to make the most of the light. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to be really cheesy and ask you to please like it and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much, bye!